Hey everybody, Ben here from Rordi. Gonna be talking a little bit about some architectural structure and do some live coding along the way. Basically what I've been working on pretty heavily the past few days is kind of the architectural foundation. It's, with the Fable re-release, I really tried to go deep and clean up as much as I could. It's hard to say if Fable really helped that much with it, but it's just a good process anyway, because the sort of crux of this tool is that you can stream your Claude Code and other sessions from a remote place and interact with them just like if it was on a local PC. And that is not that simple of a process, non-trivial to say the least. And so other people are also trying to solve this in various ways. What I really wanted to do was get my full max account. Definitely cannot use the API for doing this. So I kind of have figured it out in a variety of ways. And right now, I'm sort of driving the completion of a full, let's say, consolidation of the streaming primitives. So basically what happens is that every session that you run is wrapped in a runner process. And it's a bun process that basically is responsible for dialing out to the Cloudflare Durable Objects. So when it dials out, it streams to the durable object, and the durable object then streams it to whatever the clients that are connected. So what that does is it allows you to reliably disconnect, reconnect, buffer the stream in ways that a direct connection from the process, from the actual agent process, would not allow you to do. So the key is to decouple it and then you have a durable stream so that you basically have a contract that makes it as reliable and robust as possible. And I was having problems with that, and I think I figured out the best solution. And so let's see here. So now you can see I have two tabs here. The tab over here is kind of my previous tmux setup that I have on my VPS. And I'm still driving a little bit through there because of this reliability issue. And right now you can see what's happening is the orchestrator is calling into Rordi and starting its own sessions. You can see here calling Rordi. This is using the MCP. And it's creating a session to test some of these reliability fixes that we have. So we can go back here. You can see this live session is now running. And what it did is it just prompted it to spit out a bunch of text about HTTP TLS. And that is now returning. So that's going to basically use the logs from this to determine if our fixes are operational. I also asked it to kind of give us a little walkthrough so that I could kind of go through the saga of building this system over the past couple days. So that's going over here. I've also been working on the entire workflows system. So the workflows system is so that we can do complex and repeatable deterministic flows. And I did a little bit. I kind of touched upon that in the previous video. Let's see here. And so let's also do a live test. Let's do a live debug mode test. Let's see here. So basically this is going to go through different phases and activate different skills. And we want to make it not only a reliable process, but centralize all the management of those primitives, right? So basically every workflow that I have, it's a combination of, what you want to do and how it gets accomplished and how it gets verified. So when you work with an agent, like in Claude Code, you have, different tools to accomplish that. And I use hooks in order to, get into the life cycle of the agent. So you can inject things into the life cycle. I use this MCP. So the Rordi MCP is used to basically dial into Rordi and say, what are my tasks? What are the rules? What do I need to do? in this mode. So it basically enters the mode and it figures out from the server what it needs to do instead of locally. That's kind of one of the big things that I've been working on. And then for each of the different phases, it uses skills. Now, skills cannot be directly server side, so we have to sync them. So there's some complexity around that, obviously, but the goal is that you have a centralized place that you can manage the skills, version them, edit them, work with them through a centralized place so that you're not chasing your skills MD all over the place. And this becomes super important when we're working with cloud agents, which is going to be which I'm working on right now, which basically spins up a new VPS for every session run, which is kind of the end goal here. So all of this is working on that end goal. So now it's going to be running a verification session. So that's good there. Let's see here. Okay, it's done, reviewed, live verified, enabled on staging. Okay, so what do we got? Oh, sorry, that's something else. I didn't label these, I'm being lazy. Enable these, this is session Dura, and this is, what you don't have to do in rordi because it auto summarizes and stuff. This is, okay, browser use. Okay, so this pane here is for formalizing the browser verification system. And for this, instead of spinning up local browsers, we use the Cloudflare browser run API. And so this basically allows you to have a cloud browser that doesn't rely on any local infrastructure. So let's see what we're here. Okay, how can we test pair browsing? So what I'm trying to do is allow the agent obviously the agent needs to be able to use the browser, and it basically pipes over the Chrome debugging protocol over WebSocket. But we also want to do is be able to control that same browser from our desktop, and that's kind of the next step there. So we'll come back to that, obviously. Oh, this is workflow. Okay. Workflow hardening. What's this one? Okay, so this was part of this was our runner substrate. So here we are working on a new substrate that is from a cool company called ACS2, and I'll pull them up. ACS2 box. So these dudes I met on Twitter. Box Sandbox. Let's see, can we find, here we go. And I saw them reply mogging, and I talked to the guy, and it sounded absolutely perfect. Basically, they are a Hetzner reseller in a way, but they give you a really convenient API to spin up agents, and it's super cheap. So I was looking at this and kind of feeling like it's not super affordable for me to run a system like this that just lets you spawn unlimited agents. I was used to running everything on my own VPS. But what happens is, like, you can blow up your VPS very quickly, even if it's 96 gigs, 128 gigs of RAM. And also setting up a VPS as a user really sucks. So this basically gives you a full VPS for every session that you spawn, and it's super cool. And it took me a couple hours to integrate, and it's already an option. So maybe I should drive this session. And I also I also did something similar on Cloudflare Sandbox. It's still a proof of concept. It's not as cheap and easy in a way because it's not the same as spinning up a full sort of VPS, and you get 8 gigs of RAM with these from Box. So currently, probably not going to make that live. But let's see if we can. Let's see. Let's spawn a larger set to to stress test. So we'll stress test this. Oh, I'm not using my I have my Whisper set up and I'm not using it. Let's see here. Okay, so this one is working on credential storage. So what a lot of people have sort of been talking about, noticing is, and controversy around is Anthropic's handling of their max plans and what you can do with them. So what I'm trying to do is have like a totally terms of service compliant system to use your max plans with cloud agents, right? And I think I figured it out, because basically what happens is it has this complex sort of refresh tokens and all these different things. So, but the main thing is that you store your credentials centrally in an encrypted place, and they're inserted into the native credentials file for Claude Code when the box, when your VPS starts every time in the session. So this is what I'm testing. So this actually I needed to test in staging. So let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I was working on infra here. Okay, so all right. So this is this is my build pipeline. So I also have my deployment pipeline locally, like on my VPS, because let's see. Okay, yes. So these are, sorry, I got to read out loud for you guys, but this is trying to get a 60-second or so deploy pipeline, which is, which is definitely doable with Cloudflare. So my whole system can just deploy in 60 seconds. And when you're working with cloud agents, that's what you need, something like that in order to deal with rapid deployments. You don't want to be waiting for GitHub Actions, which is super slow. Okay, so let's go to the Rordi app. And okay. All right, so I'm going to use, let's see here. So where is this? Admin. Okay, credential broker. So this is going to, okay, legacy. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. No. Okay, interesting. Oh, I just showed all my emails. Okay, I'll have to like blur those out or something. Let's try this. Okay, cool. All right, so this is what's happening. So it's going to start up one of these cloud boxes, and it's going to run the Claude CLI. Open the URL above. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, it worked. Okay, so I got to select this. Copy. Okay, I'm going to go off screen and go to Chrome. So I'm going to go and auth this. Let's try it. Okay. Authorize. So I'm just clicking through the authorization let's see. I'm clicking through, getting the code, and I'm going to copy the code in. Okay, copy the code. Sorry, can't show all that for you guys. All right, I got the code. So I'm going to paste it. Uh-oh. Does the copy and paste work? Oh, it did. Okay, what? No. Okay, so something with the... Oh, done. Oh, it worked. Okay, so the UX there needs to be improved, but it worked. So let's go here. This is my agent mail throwaway account that has now become full max because we're just trying to totally token max everything. Okay. Successfully stored. So, all right, cool. So that's gonna work there. Let's see. Let's look at our session durability. Okay, so we have some issues here. Complete. Okay. Okay, so this is saying that some of the stuff that we tried to do did not work. Why? Okay. Transport spine still has a gap. Mid-turn durable stall recovery. Don't wait for turn end. Yes. Okay, so it's basically saying that some of the transport process has issues during a longer turn. What do you mean? What? Okay, so we got to figure out. Okay, what? It's saying there's something's wedging the turn. What's wedging the turn? It looks fine. Also, what happened to the mid-turn seal action that should happen at tool call boundaries? It seems like our situation is not complete. Oh gosh, why isn't it working? So sorry, my voice to text fail. What happened to mid-turn tool call boundary seals? etc. Okay. So basically, I'll have to explain that. So there's a few different elements there. Let's see if we have our walkthrough. Okay. Display in chat fully here. Okay. Created a walkthrough file. I don't want that. I want to show you guys in the beautiful terminal. Okay, so let's see what happened to these. Ooh, another bug there. All right, so here's the fleet in debug mode. So here's the workflow system. So let's see here. Okay, let's see what happened. This is the workflow hardening. Oh, what do we got here? The capture worked. Okay, great. Okay. An existing name poisoned its old auth. On-box home token. Wait, that's fine. It's fine. Let's test new box sessions with the new cred system. So before we were storing the creds on the VPS, and now we're going to be moving everything to this encrypted cloud system. So we're just testing that a bit more. Let's look at the workflow hardening. Okay, looks like it's done. Please check. Okay, what do we got? Wow. Dude, Claude Code, show me it. No, print it here. Wow, maybe it wants me to create an artifact. Let's try that. Create an artifact. Let's try that instead. That's the new fancy dancy HTML artifact system. Alrighty, so let's see here. Pair browsing here means multiple clients. Automated code drive. Founder in the loop. Yes. No, founder. Okay, pair browsing. Automated code drive. Okay, yes. Try that. So we're going to try the automated code drive. Oops. So we'll do number 1 to start. All right, what's switching turn? I misread it. No, that's fine. None fired this whole turn. Okay, so this is... Okay, cool. So this is saying, okay, so incremental sealing, the through line, the startup sequence, every downstream. Okay. Yes. So want me to point the transport work at prevent the startup first frame loss, the actual route? Yes. Okay. As local sub agent. Okay, so we're still having some issues here. And that is based on the first chunk of whatever the session is poisoning all the rest of the streaming chunk tracking. So let's see what we got. All right, artifact design. All right, so let's see if that works. So this is, this is how I work. You gotta be constantly switching around and remembering what you're working on. It's a lot easier here, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to getting all this solved so that it's much more ergonomic just to jump through these. All right, let's close these. Okay. All right, these are mostly test sessions that either failed or didn't work. Okay, so let me just clear these all. Okay, so this is now starting up a new session, which should tell us if the credentials worked. Alrighty, cool. All right, so agent mail state Claude is available. I see. Okay. So basically it's saying it's a mix between the legacy and the current session. Okay, cool. Okay, it's saying that it pinned it. Nice to know. Alrighty, let's see. Oop. Okay, there was some. Oh, it worked. Huh. Session auto stopped with some weird error. I don't know why I did that, but it does seem like it worked. Okay, test again. Count to 10. There's some weird stuff here. Oh, okay. Yeah, double send, so we got a double return. But it seems to be working. This is just a, okay, whoop. Cool. All right, so you can see we're working on quite a few things. Oh, did we get our artifact design? Come on. No, it takes 20K tokens. Let's see what we got. All right, I'm excited to see this. Okay, so we got the artifact, but I have to sign into Claude to use it? I don't even know what account this is. I have too many accounts. All right, fine. We'll sign in. Let's sign in to this. All right, we'll use an email. Okay. I signed in and there's no artifact? Come on. All right, let me get this. You know what? I could do this faster this way. Okay, serve this file over Tailscale directly and give me the URL. This is insane. Watch. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Okay, the workflow system. The agent I'm in debug mode. Okay, validated, correctly enumerating both gates. I'm in debug mode, then ran this. Okay, so it ran all the methodology and the real diagnosis produced. Okay, see, it stopped for review rather than editing. Wait, why did it stop? Why didn't it edit? No, the debug method should include full fix. And it didn't call the skills. Okay, so the workflow system's not quite working. Good to know. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's serve this over Tailscale, which is going to be faster. Let's see what we got here. Okay, multiple redials. It worked. Yes. Okay, so it worked, and we're going to move the VPS process on the broker system. Yes. To be go. All right. Do we have... Okay, we have it. Okay, see, watch. Now we can view this file on Tailscale directly. Boom. Okay, so durable history. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is not looking great. Are you serious? All right, I'm not even gonna bother with this. Hydrate native transcript. Well, okay, so here's this whole walkthrough. It's not really useful, but I'll just summarize it for you guys. So basically we have this dual turntable system, and it would be great if I could show you. What is this nonsense? Come on. All right, I can't even bother with this. We're gonna go on a deeper dive on the architecture. I just wanted to show you guys some live coding. And I hope you guys are doing well. Have a good one. Bye-bye.